Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to use the new place command to place down every single structure in Minecraft. So if you like Minecraft videos like this one, then please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Minecraft tutorials and other Minecraft videos. And so the place command was added into the game in snapshot 21W18A. And so if you want to follow this tutorial, then you'll have to be in that snapshot or a later snapshot or just in Minecraft 1.19 in general or higher versions. Currently it's only available on Java edition. If it does get added into Bedrock edition later on, then I'll let you know by the pinned comment down below. And of course I will also let you know if anything has changed to the command there as well. And so using this place structure command, you can place down 32 Minecraft structures. And in this video, I'll show you how to do that. And so I guess we should just get started. So first of all, how does this command work? That is actually pretty simple. So all we need to do is type in /place and then structure like this. And then we can choose from the 32 different structures in the game. And so we'll actually start with the Bastion Remnant because the ancient city is a little bit special here. So what we can do next is also specify the positions where we want to place this structure. If you don't specify this, it just spawns it right where you're at. But if you do specify this, of course, it will summon it there. So let's say we want to summon this Bastion Remnant 50 blocks above us, 30 blocks in the X direction and 20 blocks in the Z direction. We can press enter and now it will load in the Bastion Remnant. Look at that. We get summoned right into it. And so we can go to spectator mode and fly out to see where it actually placed it. So yeah, this is where it placed it. And we're standing somewhere in the center there. And so far there isn't really a fixed coordinate or a fixed direction these things generate in. And so that might be a little bit of an issue if you are trying to put it somewhere special. So I would recommend placing the structures first and then building around it instead. And so for example here for the Bastion Remnant, we got one of the 4 variants here. And we can get the different variants by just trying the command again. There we go. So this time we got a different Bastion Remnant. And so it's just random which Bastion Remnant you will get. So here we got this one, which has a nether wart at the bottom. And so these structures do come with all the loot they would normally have as well. So that's actually quite useful. But of course, if you summon in the Bastion Remnant in the overworld, yeah, the piglins will get turned into zombified piglins. And so you can summon in these structures in any of the dimensions you want. That will work just fine. Unless the structure is an underground structure. And that's actually really cool that you can do that here. So that is it for the Bastion Remnant. Now let's look at the ancient city, because sadly this ancient city will not be able to generate above ground. All of the underground structures you can just summon underground, sadly. And so here for the ancient city we can press enter. This should summon it right where we are, place it right where we are, but we see that it doesn't happen. But we did generate the structure, and that does mean that if we go below the world and fly all the way down, that there is now indeed an ancient city right below us. So it does still place the ancient city, but not where we're at, actually just all the way in the deep slate level of your world. And an issue currently with, for example, the ancient city is that it doesn't generate with any air, and so it's very difficult to actually see it that well and to access it at all. And this could also break some of the redstone in here. But of course, if we go into the end, we won't have this issue because there's lots of air here already. So let's summon in another ancient city. And so it says that it places it here, but it doesn't actually place it here in the end. And that's probably because there is actually no underground part of the end. And so it has nowhere to place the structure. And so something similar happens here in the nether, because again, there is no underground part of the nether like there is in the overworld. So that's the only restriction we have here. We can't actually place underground structures in the other dimensions, but all other structures will be able to be spawned in here. For example, the desert pyramid, we should be able to place that. And then actually places it right on the top of the bedrock roof for some reason. Not 100% sure why it does that. This is of course all still a bit experimental, but it does actually remove the bedrock, so that's pretty cool. But alright, let's just go through all the different other structures we have. So of course there is the buried treasure, which will work just fine here. And so if we place it down, for example, well, where we were right there, it actually places the buried treasure still on the same spot as it would normally do. And so you'll have to look over here and to see that this number becomes a 9 and this number becomes a 9. And if that is the case, right over here, then we can dig down and there we will see the chest of the buried treasure. So it's always on 99 of the chunk you're in. Then there is the end city, which you can place down just like that. And there it is. Very, very nice. So again, it's just a randomly generated end city. It can have an end city ship. It can also not have an end city ship. It does summon in with shulkers, of course. And all loot end cities will normally have as well. Then there is the fortress. That is the Nether Fortress, which we can summon in here in the overworld. And there we go. It's summoned all the way down here at the water level, actually. And so it comes in with the blaze spotters, of course. And yeah, this looks quite crazy here, having this Nether Fortress in the water. It also goes down here into the mountain as well. Then next is the igloo. There we get a beautiful igloo. And so of course it can also generate with the basement, but that's only for 50% of igloos, so let's summon in a couple more. And well, that's the second one, and that makes sense. So this igloo does have the basement going all the way down with this ladder, and it has of course the zombie villager and the villager. Then there's the jungle pyramid. Look at that, there it is. Complete with secret room and lever puzzle right there. The next is the mansion, which is actually the Woodland Mansion, one of the largest structures in the game that normally spawns in the Woodland Forest. So let's try to summon it at the top of this mountain. And there we go. It takes quite a while to load this one in, but there it is. It somehow actually didn't destroy this tree, which is odd. So these structures spawn in with cobblestone below them going all the way down to the floor, which since we summoned it in on top of a mountain, it has a lot of cobblestone here. And so these Woodland Mansions actually have lots of different secret rooms. And if you want to know about those, I made a video on all secret rooms in Minecraft structures. Link to it is on the top right of your screen. For example, this room right here is the Birch Pillar Room. Alright, then next we have two underground structures. That is the Mineshaft and the Mineshaft Mesa. So we can summon in the Mineshaft right here. We don't see anything appearing, so it probably generates a little bit lower. Here we go, here's the Mineshaft we just summoned in. We know because we can just move over here and try to summon it in again. And there we go, we got a beautiful mineshaft right where we are at. And of course, if you're lucky, these mineshafts could start looking like this one over here. That one is quite crazy. But let's try to summon in a second one here, because let's just try to summon in a mesa mineshaft here, which normally would not work, of course, since we are not in a mesa biome. But here we go. Here is a mesa mineshaft. Ah, up here. Here it is. And we know this is a mesa mineshaft because it summons in with dark oak planks instead of oak planks. So it actually generated up here and somehow destroyed these trees in a very weird way. And so of course normally in the mesa you'll indeed see these mineshafts at the top and you can enter them right here. Then next we have a monument, which is the ocean monument. And so for the ocean monument, sadly you can't just place it down anywhere. You actually have to be in a large body of water, like over here. And then you're able to summon in the monument. Of course normally an ocean monument would not spawn in this little lake here, but now we can. Only if the body of water is large enough for it to actually generate in. So there are a couple of restrictions there, sadly. Then there is the nether fossil, which is the fossils you of course see generating in the nether. And we can summon these if we're close to the ground, like over here. And as soon as we go above water, we can't actually place them, so we have to be above ground. So for example, over here. And then we can place down these nether fossils all over the place. Then we have the ocean ruins, which you can also place on land, like over here. So these are the cold ocean ruins actually, and these drowns are not having a great day. So yeah, these can just be placed on land like this. We can add a whole lot more structures if we wanted to. And these are actually a nice way to just add some ruins to your build. But of course you can also place them in the water, like over here. There we go, got some ocean ruins in the water right there. You can just place them wherever you want. And of course, if there's cold ocean ruins, there's also the warm ocean ruins, which have the sand blocks. And again, you can place these both on land and underwater. Then we have the pillager outpost, which yes, you can place on top of water for some reason. Alright, well I don't think this iron golem is gonna have a great day. I'm sorry. The LA should be fine though. And of course, these pillager outposts summon in with a random number of these side structures as well. And of course, you can also summon them in above land. There we go. That makes a whole lot more sense. Alright, let's just breeze through the rest of them. There's a ruined portal, which of course you can place on land and in water. And also, of course, in the nether. And underground will be fine as well. And you can actually place down all these different types of ruined portals, which just have a couple of different blocks attached to them. So, for example, the desert one. They don't actually come with any sand, but they have some holes in them, which would normally be filled with sand. And something similar happens with all of these other structures. But for example, the jungle one actually does come with jungle leaves. The mountain one comes with some stone bricks. The nether one has some black stone surrounding it. The ocean one actually comes with a little bit more stone bricks. For example, right here with this massive one. And the swamp one has some extra vines. The next is the shipwreck, which you can summon in on land. Quite useful for building. So of course, they can be on their sides, upside down, or right side up like this one, which you could actually turn into a real boat if you wanted to. And so like this, you could of course make a massive shipwreck graveyard like over here. And there's actually a second option here, which is Shipwreck Beached, which is just a variant of the shipwreck that has a lot more blocks missing, I think. And normally they're supposed to like summon it on the beach just like that. But now you can summon them in over the water. And this one actually became a mixed one, which is quite odd. Has lots of different types of wood. And I think it actually happens if you summon it in on chunk borders. So for example here, I summoned in a shipwreck, but it has an oak part, a spruce part, and a jungle part. Because it is on a 4 chunk border right here. And this one over here, for example, is also 2 different chunks, and so it's also 2 different colors of wood. And the same thing happened over here. And so it seems like this only happens with the beached ones and not with the normal shipwrecks. That's actually quite a cool feature. Then we have the Stronghold, which of course is an underground structure and will not summon in up here. But we can go all the way down to the bottom of our world, and there we'll see the Stronghold have generated. With the end portal room, sadly no ice here. And then there is the Swamp Hut. There we go. That ain't that interesting. Of course, it does summon in with a witch. And there should be a black cat in here somewhere as well. Oh, it's actually a white cat. Look at that. But they are a bit stuck in here in that tree. I don't think they'll ever leave. Let's summon another witch hut here. There we go. They will have an easier time to leave. And then finally, there is all the different types of villages. So you can place down a desert village, a plains village, a savanna village, a snowy village, and a taiga village. So let's place down a desert village right here. And there we go, it summons in here. So of course, because there's many trees here and they aren't there in the desert, this doesn't summon in that well. And lots of these trees get a lot of sandstone placed on top of them. But some of these houses still generate in quite nicely. And so we could go up top of this mountain and summon in a savanna village, for example. And there we go. Oh, that's not too bad. Just a lot of water falling down the mountain there. Let's actually summon all types of villages here. So there's the desert one, which we already saw. There's the savanna one, which is here already. There is the plains one, of course, the normal one. Then there is the snowy one, which should fit in here. A little bit at least. There we go. Yeah, that looks normal. And finally, there is the taiga village as well. Well, look at that mountain. That's a lot of different villages placed on top of each other. But anyway, there we go. That is how to use the place structure command to place down every structure in Minecraft. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Minecraft videos like this one. I want to thank my tier 3 members, the Smikkelaar and March. Thank you so much for becoming tier 3 members. But there we go. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you all in the next one. So until then, bye bye!